Welcome to the Trisbrina Show.
In this episode, we are going to share 3 moves for less stress, more stamina, and better sleep. The 3 S's that we all need during the holiday hustles.
And every day. Welcome, I'm Tristan, and obviously Sabrina. Thanks for joining us live or catching the replay. We are going to do a bit of a mini workshop during the show today, so there'll be time for movement, and there's 3 exercises we're going to share with you from the arts of Qigong, an ancient energy exercise that moves your Qi. Who moved your Qi? You did. Hydrate. If you have some water on hand, go ahead and start putting it into your body now, because it actually really helps the energy to flow better, helps to free up your fascia. It hydrates that connective tissue that the energy flows through. We're going to talk to you a little bit about each exercise and what we've got some nuggets for you to help you identify why it's so important to deal with stress, to increase stamina and have better sleep, not only for health, but for the education and the expansion of who we want to be in the future. Hey, it's almost New Year's.
Oh, speaking of which,
I'll hydrate, you speak.
keep your eye on your inbox, because in real time, next week, like halfway through the week, we're going to send you an all-new Qigong routine called Restorative Gentle Qigong, and a free ticket for our upcoming 5-day energy detox and reboot challenge.
Yeah, that's an event that we do twice a year. Typically, we've been doing it for about 10 years now. So we are always expanding what we're teaching. The whole system is evolving. It's called Satori Method. And again, you get the free ticket, and it's worth $300 every day, about 60 minutes of training. And it's going to start on January 13th, going through the 17th. And you get that free gift that Sabrina was talking about just for saying
So
yes.
keep your eye on your inbox. There's no link yet.
All right, that's the commercial from our sponsors, us. Let's talk about stress for a minute. We're going to be doing an exercise that helps clear. Okay, so there's 2 schools of thought, or 2 ways of looking at these movement arts. Number 1 is they're energy based, right? So there's energy, life force that flows through the body, and it can get trapped, blocked, stagnant, sluggish, disrupted, dysregulated. The other part is you don't looking at just the energy part, you're looking at the physical tissue and the nerves. So the brain has a tail. Did you know your brain has a tail? It's your spinal column and your long vagus nerve and other cranial nerves, and that completes your whole nervous system. So the brain and the body are so synced up. And so when you hear people say you've got to regulate your nervous system, they're talking about your body and your brain. And when you do both of these things, regulate your energy system and your nervous system, your body recalibrates, it resets to its natural state.
Yeah, I think sometimes people are like, well, what does that mean, my energy system? Do you ever just feel like, I just feel off? I just don't feel like myself, or I just don't have the oomph to go and do that. Or I can't get out of this emotional funk. Those can all be signs that something's with the energy is off. It can even be a chronic ache or pain or stiffness.
That's right. Now, stress is a state that can get stuck in the body, in the nervous system. So when you are in this dysregulated state, it holds you in old patterns of reactions, old patterns of thinking, like it's completely integrated. I was saying the brain has the tail. The mind and the body are so in cahoots together. And so if you're off, like you were saying, just feeling off in your body, you're gonna feel off in your thoughts. So thoughts create feelings, and feelings feed thoughts. It's a feedback loop. So in Qigong, we move through the body to heal the body, to recondition and regulate the nervous system so that you can think clear and get out of stuck states.
Yeah, when you're living in a state of stress, the body thinks the past is still happening.
That's right.
Right, because we're reacting to things that have happened in the past. And stress is usually brought on by fear that something is going to go wrong, something isn't right, and it's stuck in the past.
And it creeps up, doesn't it? It's like all of a sudden you wonder, why am I holding my shoulders like this? Or why am I gripping my teeth? Or why did I have that stressful night's sleep? You ever wake up in the morning and you feel more tired than when you went to bed? Because the mind and the body didn't recalibrate. The body is designed to like recharge when we sleep. We'll get into sleep in a moment. So let's do this technique together. We're going to get up and get moving, and this very quickly gets stress out of the system. In fact, what it does is it takes you from what's known as, you have two aspects of your autonomic. We have a fly in here. Go away, give me my chopsticks. You have two aspects of your autonomic nervous system. You have the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. So the sympathetic is usually, when people are talking about that, they're talking about you're in survival mode.
If you don't know the reference, he didn't want to eat the fly. It was a reference to Karate Kid, right?
Yeah, where they catch it with the
catch
chopsticks.
him with the chopsticks.
I've never done it, but I'd like to try without hurting the fly. So a sympathetic nervous system is in fight or flight, right? You guys, I'm sure you've heard these terms before. The parasympathetic is the rest, the ease and the flow, and that's the state that we want to live in. Sympathetic alone isn't bad. We need it when we want to like get something done quickly. We're going to protect our body, but we end up stuck in this kind of mode of like, it's like hogging all your body's system resources. So we want to turn it around with some technique. You guys ready? Let's do it. So this is going to have breathing and swinging movements. It's going to open up the energy pathways in your spine. It's going to open up your respiratory system. So this is actually really good for breathing. Yep. It's going to bring more oxygen into your whole body, into your tissues, so that we can reoxygenate the body and get the stress out of the system. When you release in this technique, you're going to make a little bit of an audible sound. And well, let me just show you slowly how we do it.
And I just want to add that if you need to do this sitting down or modify in whatever way, if you're not used to oxygenating your system fully, you could get a little lightheaded, so slow down and do it at your own pace. Yes, and you might even want to have a chair close by just in case you feel like sitting down sooner than I do. And please go, like Sabrina's saying, at your own level. I'm going to show you kind of slow, and then we're going to work our way up to some kind of faster. We have people at all different levels of vitality and physiology. So here's the technique. We're going to open our feet about shoulder width apart, and we're going to take our hands and lightly close our fists. And then we're going to bring our arms up over our head, and we're going to stretch our rib cage open a little bit and breathe in through our nose when we do it, like that. Okay, and try that where you really pull the breath in strong through your nose, because that stimulates a gas known as nitric oxide, which will help to open up your vascular system and get more oxygen into your tissue. It might even kind of burn a little bit when you do it. That's true. So we go up like that, and then we're going to bend our knees a little bit when we come down, and we're going to sit our booty down and arch our spine just a little like that as we throw our arms backwards. The palms open up when we do that, and we breathe out through the mouth, like that. Now, you can start just like this. It's a great breathing exercise. It de-stresses quickly. Okay, now, you saw in the beginning, I showed you arms all the way up. You see when he's bringing his arms down, there's a flex in his hips, his knees, and ankles. And here's one more variant, which is when you go up, you can go up on the balls of your feet and drop down a little bit faster. And that's going to help to drop you and ground you into your body and release even more stress. So let's do it together slowly. I'll build up. We'll probably do at least 10 of them, but you can stop at any number that you feel you are complete. Here we go. Breathing in and that's 4. A little faster. Going up on the toes if you want. One more. And now shake off the stress. Bounce and shake. Bring your arms up. Keep breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Bring your arms up and out. And down. Now what you do is you open your legs a little wider than your shoulders, you bend your knees, imagine you're sitting on a very high stool, take your palms and face them to the earth, relax your whole body,
Kind of feel like you're lifted up through the top of your head and your tailbone's dropping down. And then soften your gaze or close your eyes if you feel comfortable and check in and notice how you feel. Do some belly breathing. Just noticing. I think we have some music playing in the background. I'm going to turn that off. All right, very good, everybody. That's your first exercise. Yeah, we do have a little bit of music. Oh, turn that all the way off. Okay, good job. That exercise is called swinging arms.
Swinging arms.
And the stress shake off. Okay, so you just shake, 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 shake.
Shake it off.
Shake it off. Good old Taylor Swift. Shake it off. All right, why don't you let us know if you're joining us live, if you tried it, and how you feel. Swinging arms does so many things for your body. It will increase your respiratory capacity for sure. It definitely is a quick de-stressor. It's also a nice warm-up because it's dropping into your legs. You open up your rib cage, you're lengthening your spine. When you open up your spine, you're opening up that tail that I talked about in the beginning, which is between the brain and the body. So your whole nervous system isn't just the nerves in your body. I mean, it's the organ of your brain and those big, long cranial nerves in your spinal column. And so there's a lot of communication going back and forth between the brain and body, and they go into loops. So when you start to, through your body, get out of your system, that tension, the holding patterns, you start sending new information and new neurotransmitters are flowing between the body and the brain, and your body resets to a state known as homeostasis. This is your natural state. And this is the state that you can optimize your brain. You're going to have more cognitive capacity. You're going to be able to think about your future, not from a place of feeling held back, because stress holds us in our past, right? Think about it. Where did the stress come from? Previous activities, previous things that triggered us, those are related to the past. So you're not stressed about the future. We're always stressed because we're projecting the past onto the future. So when you recalibrate yourself back to your natural state, it's so much easier to focus on your future.
I love the way it opens up this whole frontal plane, because in life, I feel like we start walking hunched over, we're looking at our phone, we're playing on our tablet, and just to take that time to really swing the arms up and stretch that skin and open the space between the rib cage feels so good.
What I love about these moves is they don't take a lot of time and they're incredibly effective. So that's our first one, swinging arms. Now let's talk about stamina a little bit, okay? So we're gonna do a really cool movement that's gonna help you feel strong in your body. Let's relate it to the nervous system as well. And happy holidays, everybody. We see you guys in the chat over there. We got people joining us live. Hi to Christiane and Judy and Pamela and Manasha. Deborah's here. Welcome, everybody. Jennifer, y'all are awesome. So when we say stamina, it's not about pushing harder at all. Because if you're like pushing harder, you're just going to create more stress, right? And you're back in phase one. Okay, Dominique says this is great. Awesome. Now, after you clear the stress, what you're doing is you're increasing your capacity of your nervous system and of your physiology. So we're going to do movements that, well, actually one core movement, but it's blended, that's going to open up the strength in our legs and our spine, but we're going for the capacity of the nervous system. So we're going to be breathing and focusing our mind while we're doing this and shifting our state. State is everything. So how do you notice your state? Well, you pay attention to how you're feeling before and how you're feeling after. And if you can make a shift in state, then you can make a shift in habits. And if you can start to change habits because you've changed your state, because it changes the way you feel and the way you respond, then you're going to create a new identity. And we talk a lot about identity here in Satori Method, and here's why.
And stamina is something you hear a lot of people speaking about as the decades are added onto their life, where like, I can't walk as far, I can't walk as fast, I get tired more quickly. It's not that we're trying to do more, it's just that energetic stamina, like the car is always filled with gas. You don't feel like you're running on empty. To me, that is better stamina.
Where was I going? I was going somewhere with you too. It'll come back. Oh, it's gone now. Okay, so we're going to go right into this, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about stamina. But let's focus our mind while we're doing this on something we want in the future. So connect right now to what you're excited about for the new year ahead, right? Maybe there's something you're letting go of this year. What was the year that you had, like if you could give it a name? I gave mine last year the year of the caterpillar, because I felt like I was letting go of an old identity. And then this year, 2025, has been the year of the butterfly for me, because I came out of my shell, my older identity, I spread my wings, and I started to fly in my life in a new way. I embraced a new future self. Think a little bit about this year for yourself. Is it something that you embraced really strong this year that you love and you want more of that? Or was this a year where you got clear on what you want less of and you're ready to let go of those things? So stamina helps us move through the tough stuff, and it helps us to hold on to the identity that we really want to embrace. Because think about it, without stamina, we would quit, right? So this isn't just about doing a move. This is about training a state in your nervous system that can hold for the future self you want to be.
And it's training all parts of you, the part of the mind that always says, you probably can't do that. You should probably slow down. All of those narratives and limited beliefs are keeping us from having the stamina that we want.
Again, we are not saying push hard and hurt yourself or create stress. It's the opposite of that. You've done that technique that's helping you to clear stress, so now fresh energy can emerge. So now we take that energy and let's shape it and sculpt it into stamina, which is the staying power.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, this is called bow and arrow with the warrior's focus. All right, so if you think about your warrior is strong, your warrior has stamina, your warrior has discipline, and your warrior is aligned to the mission, whatever that is in your life, right? A warrior of love. Okay, so we're gonna do the bow and arrow, which is what the warrior's doing first. So you're in a stance a little wider than your shoulders. Now it's up to you what level you wanna go in your warrior stance. This is known in martial arts as a horse stance, and it's very much like warrior, okay? And think of warrior as a beautiful thing, like it's something that helps you and protects you and helps you get the job done. Okay, so you're dropping into your horse stance. That's the first part. And we're gonna drop into it, and then you're invited to do like little bouncing here. They're called micro pulses, and they help open up the hip sockets and strengthen your legs. Stamina of the legs. You know, as we age, one of the first things to go is leg strength and then spine strength. And that's what causes our bodies to shuffle and causes our bodies to start crunching forward. But when you do moves like this, it'll keep your legs strong so that you don't get wobbly and shuffly, and it'll keep your spine erect, because we're gonna hold for that, and you'll feel the energy moving through. So you're in this horse stance. This is called soft, and this is called deep, okay? And so we're gonna play with both. You can do soft and deep, or just soft, all right? Now, one arm's gonna go out to the side like that, and you can just push your palm out like that, okay? Palm heel. And you're gonna flex your wrist as much as you can. It's gonna gently stretch all the tissue through your forearm, known as muscles and fascia. And as you push that arm out, you're gonna pull this one back, like you're pulling on the string on a bow, and this is the arrow, okay? Now, your body is the bow, this arm is the arrow, and this arm is pulling on the string, like that. Okay, and look at the arms. They're not bent, wrists aren't crunched, they're strong. And you're gonna feel a broad, kind of regal posture in your upper body, like that. Then you're gonna go into the deep warrior stance, and then you're gonna look past your fingers into the future. And you're gonna kind of project a vision into the future, into the next year of who you wanna be. That make sense? So here's how we're gonna start. We'll put our hands here, soft horse stance. Let's begin. We're gonna take this arm, bring it all the way around, grab onto the imaginary string. As we pull it back, put the other arm out, drop down, and visualize with strong warrior focus on your future. Now you can bounce up and down. And feel the stamina in your legs, your spine, and keep pulling with your arms, and then relax and come back out to here. Shimmy your feet in a little bit and shake. Good, we're getting out any tension patterns in the body so we can have more stamina. All right, we're gonna go again, shimmy back out a little deeper. Take this hand now, bring it all the way around, take the imaginary string, pull it back, set your arrow, drop down, focus, pull your arms strong, bounce in your legs, feel the stability in your legs and the length and strength of your spine. Keep focusing, 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 focusing. Let's do one more on the other side, bring it all the way around. Here we go, push the arrow out. Dropping down, bouncing, bouncing, focusing. What are you looking into in your future? With that clear focus of the warrior. And last time, other side. Pull it all the way around. Set the arrow. Focus your mind. Strong, bouncing, bouncing.
Pull across your chest.
Yeah, and feel it. Now bring your feet in a little. Hold your arms up like this one more time and bounce. And hold your arms up really high and feel the stamina in your shoulders. Now this is bonus training on your own time. You would hold this position and develop stamina. You can be in your legs a little. You're holding stamina, building stamina in your spine because your arms are heavy. So your spine muscles have to work to hold your arms up. You're building stamina in your shoulders and you're building stamina and focus in your mind. You hold this really, really strong. And it's as long as you want. We have some students that hold it for like 10 minutes, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 seconds, and then you just keep working on it. Bring your feet together, your arms up. This is how you close your session. So in Qigong, there's individual exercises that you can do specifically for different things, and you can string them all together. That's what we'll do at the 5-day energy detox and reboot event that you will be getting an invitation to if you're on the email list. And if you're not, what do? You go to satorimethod.com/Trisbrina. Okay, shall we move on?
Yes.
All right, how are we doing on time?
We're great.
You're doing awesome. Let's talk about sleep. How important is that?
So important. I love sleep.
Yeah.
We both love sleep. But no one loves sleep as much as our dog Kingsley. Whew, he loves
He snores
sleep.
like an old man.
He's snoring right here next to me.
For years, I've taught something called sleep gong. So the word gong from Qigong means work, skill, and play. So when you're sleeping, you can practice the art of sleeping as an energy cultivation practice. It's its own type of Qigong. So Qigong is energy practice, energy play, energy
Like
skill.
plugging in a phone.
Yeah, so like if you have your phone, I've got mine plugged in here, right, to the cable to get juice. A lot of times you'll turn your phone off and plug it in and it kind of resets the whole system, like the brain. That's what we want when we sleep, is we want to completely go into what's known as delta and get deep, restorative, healing sleep. When the phone's plugged in and turned on, it's still getting charged, but it's not as deep. So do you see the difference between the two? One is more rapid eye movement sleep, known as REM. You still get rejuvenation, but not the deepest rejuvenation as like you turned your phone off. So we want to turn our brains off deeply. And so that's one of the most beautiful things. And to help us do that, we don't want to go to sleep at night in the mind, thinking, worrying about all the things we didn't get done that day. Don't look at your to-do list right before you go to bed. Don't watch, crazy television shows that get you all up in your stress and your sympathetic nervous system. Find ways to calm and regulate the nervous system. So I'm going to give you a very simple technique, and I'm giving it to you simple so that hopefully you will actually do it before sleep. There's lots of really awesome sleeping techniques that we teach in our Life Force School, but just this one technique, if you did it for like a minute, it would bring you down into what's known as the alpha brainwave. So the alpha brainwave is like the sleeping brainwave. It sets you up for restorative sleep. It's also the meditation brainwave, so you might get some really cool insights while you're sleeping. Okay, so we are going to do it in 2 parts. It's called washing the Qi wall. And so we're going to be moving energy up and down through our body and kind of sweeping, if you will, the streets and cleaning up any energy debris and nervous system dysregulation. And then we're going to come and sit down and we're just going to talk for a minute about inviting fresh energy, like this phone when it gets plugged in through this tether, it's inviting fresh energy. We're going to talk about inviting fresh energy into our system so that when we lay down to go to sleep, we're literally plugged in.
Yeah, we were at the dermatologist together. I was getting like a little sunspot on the back of my leg that was itching. I always like to get things checked because my dad had skin cancer. And on the monitor, they kept telling you interesting facts and statistics.
Oh, right, right.
And then one of them was about people who don't get quality sleep, or people who only get 5 to 6 hours of sleep a night. And it was like increased risk of colon cancer. What was it, 60%?
It was insane.
82% greater chance of obesity. There are all of these things that you wouldn't think had anything to do with sleep. But sleep is when the body recharges. So if we can't recharge and reset and rest, and I know we all want to, right? No one says, I hope I have a bad night's sleep, right? We all love a great night's sleep, but sometimes you just can't turn it off. You can't turn off the aches or pains, right? Or the leg stuff, or mostly we can't turn off our mind.
So true.
So I think working on sleep, which sounds so funny, but setting the body up for the best chance of this like graceful, tender sleep is one of the best things we can do for our health.
Setting yourself up for success. I wrote this down. When you sleep well, you wake up closer to the person you're practicing becoming. When you sleep well, you wake up closer because you've released yourself from resistance. You've reset yourself to your natural self. Sleep is it's like a laboratory where it cleans up everything. You wake up fresh. Have you ever woke up in the morning and thought, what was I worried about yesterday? Because you have a completely clean slate. And the key is to stay in that clean slate. What was I pissed off about yesterday? Who wronged me yesterday? Oh yeah, that, right? Or you wake up in the morning and you're like, I'm kind of just, let me check my phone.
Yeah.
And then you start the data of the brain firing. Oh gosh, I have all this stuff I have to do.
I forgot to do that. Oh no, they're upset with me.
And off you go. And how are you going to become the person you want to become when we're always holding on to the old personality by keeping it alive? So we've got some really cool techniques here, right? We've got our first one, swinging arms, which we'll do a quick review after this technique with the breathing. So that gets the stress out, regulate nervous system. Then we got that stamina, strength building to help us with our body and our personality, being able to stay the course. And then we can go to sleep at night, restore, heal, and wake up fresh.
Yep. Yeah, I always like to look at the animals for reminders of the ways that we should be. And Kingsley shares our bed. And when he wakes up in the morning...
It's his bed, honey.
It's his, okay, he shares his bed with
We
us.
share his bed.
First of all, so sweet, so relaxed, so cuddly, but ready to play. Like, hi. Sometimes he just
play.
wakes up and stares at me, and then he'll lick my nose. Like,
He's a good teacher.
I look at that like, oh, I want to be more like Kingsley.
Yeah, think about if you have a pet. Do they wake up in the morning worrying about yesterday? I don't think so. Okay, so washing the chi wall. Some things to just gently be aware of is your body has these rivers inside known as meridian pathways. They flow through your torso, your arms, and your legs, and they go all the way up into your brain. And they move information. So energy is information that vibrates at different frequencies. When the nervous system is in that heightened survival state, it affects the energy system. It disrupts it. And a disrupted energy system leads to negative emotions, and negative emotions over time lead to physical pain. So everything's interrelated. So when you are calming the system with this movement, you'll see the hands come up and the hands come down. You're moving the energy through the rivers. There's also pools inside the body, energy centers, and we're helping to connect the three of them together and then flow energy, like imagine a pool and like a little what would you call that between two pools? Well, like a little channel, right? Like a little water channel. And then it brings energy here and then a little channel, right? Little vessels between them. So here's what you do. You stand with your feet about shoulder width apart, and you really relax your fingers. And we'll start with what we call the accordion. So you're going in and out, and it's very floaty. And you breathe in, your hands float out. You breathe out, your hands float in. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Now a few things are happening as we're breathing. Keep your hands going. You're pulling breath through your nose down in your belly, and your diaphragm muscle is gently moving. That's the muscle that pulls the air into your lungs. So you're breathing, and you start to imagine. See those golden lights back there? You start to imagine that you have gold between your hands. And that gold is actually going into this area, into one of the pools. It's pooling with energy, right? Golden energy. Breathing in. Now some teachers, myself included, talk about imagining that your hands are inside your body. So you have energy hands. So perhaps you could feel as if your hands are right inside your tummy and they're just gently massaging this energy center. Okay? Why is that good? Because this brings vitality to the body. This area in particular, the center of the lower body, very healing. Now we have survival mechanisms around here that can keep us in this lower frequencies. You ever get that gut feeling, that gut punch, or that tightening in your digestive system is all off. So this is relaxing and calming. And it's like an energy brain. So it's getting you out of survival mode. And then what you do is you take this energy and you bring it up into the next pool through the channel. And now you're in the heart brain. So you're just floating in and out. Same thing. In a system that's regulated and you've calmed the stress response, the energy actually can rise up into the heart. If there's a lot of stress and fear in the body, there's a shutting down in the heart. And the heart is it's a beautiful brain with its own intelligence. It kind of creates a wall and it stops your natural life force energy from flowing up. So that's why you always work on the lower first and then you bring it up so that the heart can receive that energy. And now here in the heart, the energy becomes more mature because your heart is filled with a lot of wisdom, joy and love and gratitude. That's the beauty of the heart. And it's an amplifier. So the heart emanates an electromagnetic signal that affects the energy. And so you're maturing this energy, you're turning it into what's known as Shen, which is very light. It's like a spiritual essence energy. It's love. And then you take that energy and you bring the light up to your brain. And now you're enlightening your brain. So you're breathing in and out. So you've just now connected your 3 energy brains, your 3 energy centers. And now we're going to move the chi up and down through them to integrate ourselves. So at night when we go to sleep, the 3 brains are in a state known as coherence. Not stress, not dysregulation, but integration. So this is the move. You sink your chi down in your body, and then you elevate your chi up through your body. You're washing your chi wall. You're connecting the 3 brains. Breathing out, you're connecting your movement with your breath. So now your body and your brain, through your nervous system, have a beautiful flow.
Breathing in.
Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. Now imagine what this is doing for your body and your brain in preparation for sleep. You're not going to bed in worry or fear. You're not going to bed with concerns. You're going to bed in a relaxed, healthy mind-body state.
With a lower, probably resting heart rate from slowing your breath down, a more regulated blood pressure.
That's right.
The body is in a state of safety, and the body can't sleep if it doesn't feel safe.
And then we're going to just bring our feet together, and this is a movement that helps to create neural consolidation. So neural consolidation is when you're done and you're standing, you're giving your body time to consolidate the information that it just received. If you just moved into the next moment, you wouldn't have given the body enough time for that neural plasticity consolidation to take place between the brain and the body. So you stand for a moment and you just allow and notice your state.
And acknowledge.
Acknowledge the gifts of the day, the blessings of the day. And now when you set your intention and going to sleep, it's going to be gorgeous. So let's do a quick review. The first move, I'll do them slow. Fists are lightly closed. We breathe in and up. We stretch and open our lungs. We breathe out. We breathe in strong through our nose. And we can do this at a variety of speeds. And some people do this for several minutes. You might work your way up to 1 minute. And then when you're done, you stand and you bounce and you shake. And you get any tension that came to the surface. And you're just shaking it off, getting it out of your system, clearing the stagnation. And this also is neural consolidation. When you're standing and just noticing the shift in your state, that's how you can sustain the new state, through the consolidation. Does that make sense? You have to give your body time to record. It's like a tape machine. Remember recorders? You're recording the new information in your tissue so it becomes a set point. Good job. The other technique was a little bit wider in the legs, and we pulled across and set our arrow in the bow and arrow. We did some light bouncing and stamina building.
Notice the flexed hand.
And we're focusing with our warrior mind into our future, and we're holding the vision, and we're holding the stamina so that we can attain the beautiful things that we want in our lives. Not our past controlling us, but our new state dictating our new identity. And identity is everything. And then you probably remember here, stamina, bouncing a little bit, and then holding and being strong in your legs, your spine, and your shoulders. And then the third one we just did, we were working on the 3 energy brains, creating nice safety in the body, and then washing the chi wall up and down several times. And then we come to center. We come back to the stance, which is the neural consolidation, where we're allowing it to set and stick. And I like this last part. I just lift my forehead up and I say, I'm inviting the light. Invite the light, so that when I sleep at night, I'm bathing in divine light. Love, source, God, universal intelligence. And you wake up a brand new person. And keep doing that every day, and life really changes fast. How are you feeling? Those are 3 super powerful, very effective Qigong exercises for your energy system, your nervous system, and recalibrating your life.
I like the way that you taught them, because everyone can remember those 3 moves on their own and take as much or as little time with each one.
So the 3 S's. Let's clear the stress, let's develop and increase the stamina, and let's have better sleep.
Yeah.
All right.
Just a couple nights ago, I find that if I'm in a beautiful place, I can ask for guidance, and the guidance comes to me often in the sleep state. That's one of the ways God and I talk to each other. And then I remember, almost like it's not called visceral, lucid dream. And I was like, my question was, and I shared this in Satori Sculpt, I see some of my students are here, and my question was, like, how much effort should be going on when sleeping with the body? How much effort physically? How much effort in my cognitive connection to prayer? What kind of effort? And I fell back asleep, and I had this very vivid dream, and I heard this voice say, first of all, I saw a teacup with warm water, and a tea bag with a string with the little piece of paper over the side. And I heard, sleeping is steeping.
I love it.
And there was a little hand pulling the tea bag in and out of the water.
Hey, it's very
and the
Qigong.
tea bag was like, just hanging there. The tea bag was doing nothing. And the message was, completely let go. Just soak in the warmth of the rest and the love and of God. Do nothing. Let it all go. And they just kept lifting the string, and the tea bag almost looked like a little person, so relaxed, hanging over there on that string.
I love it.
And when in that relaxed state, the tea bag also allowed the warmth of the water inside of it. Right? There was this exchange of energy, and I saw the exchange of our energy with a higher consciousness, with a higher frequency, with more love and with God. So now when I go to bed, I remind myself sleeping is steeping.
I love it.
And that's great.
Well, and you're very much steeping right here. We're taking the tea and we're going
Yeah,
up
oh
and down.
yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for joining us for the Trisbrina Show. We're always looking for new ways to keep you inspired, bring you short, quick, easy exercises that give you a big result. We'd love to have you at our upcoming Energy Detox and Reboot event. That information's coming really, really soon. Make sure you get on our email list. If you're not already, you can go to Satori Method. Let's see. I don't even have a link here for you guys. I apologize.
I don't want him to sign up yet.
No, not for that.
Oh, okay.
You've just got to go to Trisbrina.com. Trisbrina, T-R-I-S.
Oh, you mean if they're not on our email list?
If you're not on our email list, you'll figure out how to spell Trisbrina. It's the Trisbrina Show. Trisbrina.com. Get on the email list and we'll notify you of the upcoming event. We've got a really cool gift that we're going to share with y'all.
January 13th.
January 13th.
And the free gift is restorative, gentle Qigong, and it's perfect for a complete beginner. So if you've been telling your friends and loved ones how much you're benefiting from the Satori Qigong, and they're like, I don't know, this will be a perfect gift to sneak to them. Because what is it? It's like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's simple.
It's a lot of steeping. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Ho, ho, ho.
Much love.